Saludito mi gente de Lucha Libre Online, que es la que hay. Les habla Isa, la Demon Diva, y hoy me encuentro fangirling hard porque estoy aquí con Taya Valkyrie, la güera loca. Taya, I gotta tell you, I've been bothering LLO for this interview. I'm fangirling. I even wore my fake fur for you, girl. I
Oh
am
yes,
ready to talk to you.
we're furry. We're in the mood. We're ready to go. Estamos listas.
Estamos ready para esto. Thank you for your time. I know you're a very, very busy woman.
No, thank you for having me. Ya sabes, soy familia de Lucha Libre Online.
Sí, sí, pero te había entrevistado a todo el mundo menos yo. O sea, come on. So I want to talk to you just to get started with what you're doing in Impact. I am absolutely loving the Dead Dolls. I think you have el Dead Dolls Christmas spirit going on today.
Yes.
So háblame un poquito de los Dead Dolls y what is the mission that you guys have in Impact
Well,
Wrestling right now?
Bueno, la idea de los Death Dolls es obviamente de Rosemary, Jessica y yo. We wanted to do something different. Queremos un nombre diferente, una imagen diferente. Like we wanted to make something that made people go, "What is happening here?" So, when Jessica joined Rosemary and I, and then when Jessica and I captured the Impact Wrestling World Knockouts Tag Team Championships for the second time, it all kind of came together, and it's just been a really fun ride. And we can be creativas and like do crazy shit all the time. And like, I just love it. And I love the fact that I get to explore like a different side of Taya.
Yeah, and I love that you mentioned not only creativity, but being different, porque eso is missing, is lacking today, right? A lot of times we see a lot of the same characters, the same kind of people. That is the one thing that I really, really love about what you guys are doing. It feels completely different and fresh.
Yeah, I always compare it to, when you're a little girl or a little boy and you have dolls or action figures or whatever, you don't want to have 10 Barbies of this that are the same. You don't have 10 action figures that are the same, or whatever it is that you play with. You want everyone to look different. And I feel like that's really important to have different girls that look different sizes, different hair, different skin color, different cultures, different languages, different everything, and I just feel like we're just bringing a little gothiness and a little bit of darkness to the Impact locker room. And it's just been a really fun ride for us so far.
Yeah, it has. And I wanted to stay on your time within Impact. I became a big fan of yours when you had your reign as the longest knockout champion in the history of Impact. You cemented your legacy as one of the greatest. And I saw you tweet some eyes emojis at Jordan Grace the other day. So while I know that you're doing this Dead Dolls thing, is this something that's in the back of your brain, something that you want to go after?
I mean, even though we're part, I'm part of the Death Dolls and we are a tag team champions, I don't think that should stop me from going after the Knockouts Championship. I don't think that puts me in a box. If anything, it's just like, okay, so let's start collecting, and getting to the top of this mountain within the Knockouts division. And we're at the top of the Knockouts Tag Team division. Why can't I or Rosemary or Jessica go after the Knockouts Championship?
Right, as a unit. And I gotta tell you, I feel like the Impact's knockout division is probably the best women division out there. And the competition is insane. Like what you guys are doing there is crazy. I become a fan watch every week because it is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and I'm just so thrilled that Impact really allows us our time. You will never see a pay-per-view with no women's matches or one. There's normally multiple knockouts matches, as well as we're main eventing television on a regular basis. And it feels good to know that you have that support from the higher ups, from the creative team, and from your fellow wrestlers. So it's been a delight to be part of.
And not only that, but you are currently pretty much everywhere, not just Impact, MLW. We've seen you in NWA, AAA, te hemos visto en GCW, that one. I love that one, by the way. How are you managing your time right now? On top of that, you have your fashion line. I know you had a short film. You're a fur mom. You're a wife. Please, how are you doing this? How much caffeine are you drinking, girl?
Nunca tengo tiempo para dormir. Like there's no sleep being had. No, it's been just like a crazy year of just making time for things that matter and really proving something to myself more than to anyone. And I've always just been a very creative person, and I've enjoyed all aspects of entertainment. And so I'm just trying to do all of that at once. And, you know, that's a main part of why in the new year, I really want to find my forever home and kind of plant and be in a space with one company and really be able to concentrate on all these other projects that I do, because I am multifaceted. I do have different layers to who I am as a person, as a performer, as an artist. So I'm going to continue doing what I got to do. I'm going to keep defending these championships. I'm going to keep wrestling and writing and doing movies and acting and auditioning and being a fur mommy and a wife. And now all of a sudden I decided to redecorate our guest room. You know, like
like you don't have enough going on. You're like, let me add one more project.
Figure it out. And I've figured it out, and I am just enjoying every minute of it. And I thrive under pressure. I thrive when I'm given a challenge. And this year was a challenge for me. And I think that I've done pretty damn good.
Oh, you surpass all expectations. I'm pretty sure you are your own hardest critic, but I want you to know you probably surpass your own expectations.
Thank you.
That's actually a very important lesson to teach, like especially younger, you know, wrestlers coming up on the scene, because I feel like you mentioned it earlier with the Dead Dolls, you want to have a different character for everybody. If we all like the same type of character, wrestling will probably be extremely boring, right? So no, I love that you are very aware of that, because I think that's a big part of understanding, hey, what I'm doing here might not be for everybody, but it works.
Yeah, and that's also just as an artist, as an interviewer, like you want to stand out. What sets you apart? How will you be remembered? Will people be like, oh, Blondie number 7, or were they like, oh, the blonde girl that's wearing the weird, like speaking multiple languages for no reason and just
el Spanglish, eso es lo mío.
You know, that's like what sets me apart. It's just my life experiences, and I want to use all those things to make up who I am on television and in life.
Now, we did see Presley make some appearances during your Frankie Monet era. Are we going to see Bowie or Presley make any appearances within the Dead Dolls in Impact?
I mean, Presley has been, so Bowie was never in any, or no, actually, that's a lie. He was in one thing that I filmed during the pandemic, because we had just gotten Bowie, and he was in one of my Real Housewives of Slamtown skits because he was just a baby. But Presley, I could definitely see making a return to the Death Dolls. He's a little hellhound. He's also just very well behaved and loves the camera and is easy to train to do things. And he just, I swear, you bring a phone out or a camera and he like looks at it, like looks into it.
He was Bowie's a star.
Yeah, like Bowie's learning. He's turning 3. He's getting better, but you know, like hopefully soon he can make an appearance.
Oh, I love it. We gotta dress him up in some little dark outfits. Like it's gonna be so much
they
fun.
have little bat wings and some like fun little things that I should just dress him up in.
Girl, Roman, I turned Roman into a unicorn yesterday. Okay, so I know it's
Presley has the unicorn outfit too, so I get it.
And I know that you recently had a short film. It's being released in some places with John. We're so excited about this project. You want to talk to me a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so the Iron Sheik Massacre was written by John and I on our honeymoon.
That's incredible.
We drank a lot of Mai Tais and had a lot of fun writing this project. I've always been I've always been a fan of horror and campiness and over the top. I mean, go figure. So we started writing this project together, and then we filmed it. It took about 3.5 years in post-production with the pandemic and everything that happened. Things really got slowed down. But with that said, it has now entered film festivals across America. It won it debuted at the Los Angeles Film Festival and won an award for Best Horror Short. It is killing it in the festival scene and circuit. And then once we're done with that, we'll be able to give some updates on where you'll be able to stream it. And I can't wait for people to watch it. And I can't wait for people to get a look into our crazy brains. Because it was so much fun to do. It was so much work. But seeing it on the big screen for the first time really was so special. And hearing my friends laugh and hearing people just enjoying something that we worked so hard on for the first time was really so special. So I will hopefully have some information on the streaming platform that we will be picking very soon for everybody.
I'm a big fan of horror and campy horror and over the top, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. And speaking of you and John working together, let's add him to the Death Dolls.
Oh, trust me, he wants to be part of the Death Dolls so bad.
Oh my God, I love it.
I think if he went on his Instagram, he took a picture with all of us at WrestleCade, and he keeps calling himself the Death Dog.
Oh no. Oh no.
So it's definitely come up. He's like, oh, I want to be a death doll. I'm like, you can't. There's rules. But you never know. He's excited about, seeing what this next year is going to bring for him as well. So you never know.
Yeah, I would love to see him be part of the Dead Dolls and show up. I think it would be such a different dynamic, right? So
oh yes, and the three of us would always just be like, "Who invited this guy?" Like,
right? That's why he's the Dead Dog, right?
Yeah.
How do you guys go about not only like bouncing ideas off each other when it goes to this crazy, lifestyle that you both live, but you talked about, the times of the world, that things that were going on, being released, going through that together. How do you guys come out stronger, and how does that help the relationship?
I mean, just like anything and everyone, like when you go through these really hard times, it is hard. It's not easy. And, it can be a struggle, but we were both there for each other, and we both reacted to things differently. And, I'm more of a like, oh my God, I need to work. I need to do something. And he just is more like, he'll more like sit and think about it. So we're very different that way, but we both were there for each other. And now, especially like a year later, looking back and like everything that's happened, we're in such a good place as a married couple, but also just as creatives. And
right.
He helps me with so many things. And, he's my biggest fan and I'm his biggest fan. And no matter what, we're just going to dust each other off and keep going, because that's just what life is. And sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down and sometimes it's backwards. So you just kind of have to go with it, and you can't let these negative experiences or something that you may think as negative in the moment that could eventually turn positive affect you in negative ways.
Well, you guys are couples goals. I absolutely love seeing the two of you together, and I hope to see him as a dead doll. Please let him know that I still cry over his Survivor elimination. I'm a big Survivor fan, and he got sent home on a bullshit move.
I know, the double elimination was so bad. Oh my God.
So anyways, going back to Impact, and I know you've been doing this since 2010. You were trained by Lance Storm. What is still for you in your goals, right? Because you've been doing this for a while, but there has to be some dream matches, some things that you want to accomplish that are still left for you.
I mean, I think that my goals change all the time.
I love that.
Because that's just me. I mean, I just want to keep evolving and changing and becoming more layered performer and artist. And, as we moved into 2023, I definitely want to, like I said, find my home, find a place where I can have my roots and grow. That sounds so corny, but it's true. But yeah, I just want to just really concentrate on the things that matter to me, the people that matter to me, and use my time as wisely and as efficiently as possible, and just continue to make art through wrestling, through writing, through fashion, through movies, through everything. So those are my goals. I don't really necessarily have a specific in mind, but it's just to continue to grow and grow on the momentum that I've had, and be able to continue to represent Lucha Libre, be able to, retain my Reina de Reinas championship and go to AAA all the time, be in Lucha Vavoom, continue to be, the Knockouts tag team champion and beyond. I would love to be the Knockouts champion again. Like I said, I would love to be the multimedia champion. I have so many goals, but I can't make it like a specific one thing.
Right. So basically you just want to take over the world.
Yes, I mean, if that's too much to ask.
Taya, I want to thank you so much for your time. Like I said, I'm really enjoying what you're doing with the Dead Dolls, and the people here from Lucha Libre Online pueden ver a Taya en Impact Wrestling todos los jueves. Van a tener Winter Warfare en Florida. ¿Saben cómo conseguir los tickets? Diciembre 9
La próxima semana.
La próxima semana vayan para allá, para el calentón de Florida. Y también Hard to Kill viene el viernes 13. That's fitting for the Dead Dolls. So I'm looking forward to see qué van a hacer los Dead Dolls el viernes 13. Taya, once again, muchas gracias. Y para ustedes, los fanáticos de Lucha Libre Online, yo soy Isa, la Lucha Libre, y hasta la próxima vez. Adiós.
Adiós.